What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 246, and we start today's episode off with a transfer offer for Daniel Illaramendi, and our midfielder looks like he is on his way out the club to Valencia. Valencia came in with £4.9 million. That's 600 grand less than he's valued at right now. I say give us 6.25 million and you can take him, and they said yes. So Illaramendi is on his way to the Mestalla. It's a bit of a shame because he's only 22 years old. That's really, really young. He's got many years to develop. But the problem is he just won't develop. He's stuck at 79 overall. He will not grow. And, we've got midfielders in this club that are better than him. So he's gone for £6.25 million. Neither Chelsea or Southampton wanted him when we included him for the deals for Andrew Banya and Harrison Reed. So I just thought, he's just going to be stuck here for the rest of the season, not getting game time. And, this is probably going to be our last season. I do want to pull off one transfer in this January transfer window. And that piece of money might help. We didn't need him. He barely played too many minutes. We may as well get a bit more money for him. And again, I know it's a bad deal considering how much we paid for him, and the fact that he just never developed was such a shame. But considering the fact this is probably going to be our last season, keeping him here was effectively not pointless per se, but there weren't too many points to it. Let's just say that. Still, we take on Liverpool for the first game of today's episode. Here as Liverpool come and takes on at the Emirates Stadium. Now, this year, as you would have been seeing by the league table, they get shown before the games and at the start of every single calendar month. There's only 7 points separating first and sixth right now in the league after 22 games. So 16 games remain, and all 6 of those teams could still fancy their chances of being crowned champions come the end of the season. This was the third versus fourth clash here as Liverpool did come to the Emirates Stadium, and the first chance would fall to us and the first goal would fall to us as well, just 3 minutes in. Who else but Niang got the goal? He was played through the centre. Niang took his time, stopped the ball, and eventually smashed the ball into the bottom corner. It did take a slight deflection off Dejan Lovren in the centre, but instead, I think it was going in anyway. I think it was going to find the bottom corner, but as you can see here, he gets played the ball through by Ramsey, takes a touch here, smashes the ball in, and there's a little deflection by Lovren, which helps us on his way, but I think it was going in anyway. So Arsenal 1, Liverpool 0, and Niang with the goal, and that is now his 23rd goal in the Premier League. What a season he's having, just like last season. Probably right now already wrapped the golden boot off, but even so. How about this in the 9th minute though? Kevin Savanier plays a through ball to Mario Balotelli, who goes through one-on-one and ends up hitting the bar. What relief on our young midfielder's face there. I was trying to pass the ball backwards towards Carboni, didn't realise Balotelli was goal hanging, if you will, and was there for a one-on-one chance. Thankfully for us though, the Italian striker ended up hitting the bar and eventually got the ball away, and from that we carved out a chance as well. Niang going down the left hand side and cutting through, looking for his second goal of the game, but Mignolet makes a really good save and Liverpool clear. But eventually as Lallana heads the ball on here, we win it back with Mesut Ozil. Ozil takes a touch here, spreads it out wide towards Luke Garber. Garber's got space to shoot, he can shoot them from range, and this one goes just over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0, and a huge let off for me there with Kevin Savanier after I passed a through ball to Mario Balotelli. What on earth was I doing? But still it was 1-0, and in the 41st minute another great chance for us here. Mesut Ozil with some nice skill goes forward and shoots, but Mignolet makes another good save and keeps it at 1-0. And just before half time, Mario Williams finds Callum Chambers here in the right back, takes it round Mario Balotelli. He plays it through towards Levent Ajicek down the right hand side. He takes on Alberto Moreno, cuts past him with a nice piece of skill, goes through one-on-one from a tight angle, but again Mignolet makes a really good save, tips it onto the post with his foot, and it's cleared away. So still Arsenal 1, Liverpool 0 going into the break, and it was all Arsenal, to be honest. Balotelli did have one good chance for Liverpool, but in this game we really were dominant. Luke Garbutt goes close again here, or relatively close, with his shot going just over the bar and behind for a goal kick. And 7 minutes later another good chance here as Niang finds Mesut Ozil. Ozil's on the ball through the centre of the park here, looking for someone to pass it to, keeps hold of the ball, fake shots around Matuidi and keeps on going himself, then plays it out wide towards Niang, looking for his second goal of the game, but again we hit the woodwork courtesy of Mignolet making the save. So still Arsenal 1, Liverpool 0 in this game, despite the fact we were dominant. And from the corner, Mesut Ozil crosses the ball in. We go for some instructions for, a rare occasion. He crosses the ball in, Niang wins the head out, and Matuidi clears it off the line, and Liverpool pass out of the area. So still 1-0 in this game, and another great chance in the 64th minute. Again, it's Niang on the ball. Scoot turn is round his man and shooting, and again, Mignolet, what a save, and what a game Mignolet was having. He was just determined not to be beaten for a second time, and it was still Arsenal 1, Liverpool 0. And from the corner, Mesut Ozil crosses the ball in, looking for who else but Niang, and his header is just off target and behind for a goal kick. So still Arsenal 1, Liverpool 0. Here you see Ramsey's free kick flicked on by Sonny Mario Williams, and it goes just off target again. So it's still Arsenal 1, Liverpool 0 after so many opportunities to wrap the game up and make it Arsenal 2, Liverpool 0. But we just couldn't seem to hit the target for a second time. And I was wondering whether Liverpool would make us pay. They'd only had one chance, which Balotelli messed up on the one-on-one. hitting the bars. 1-0 where they make us pay. And as you can see, Rafael Varane's on the ball here, plays it through. Mario Williams fails to deal with it, and Balotelli puts it over and behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0, and had Liverpool equalised there, I would have been so frustrated, but we were still in the lead. And in the 83rd minute, with time running out, Coutinho finds Omre Can. Can plays it back towards Coutinho, who shoots, and he puts the ball just wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. So Liverpool gaining momentum late on in this game, but we were still in the lead by a goal to nil. And the final chance fell in stoppage time. Garber crossed the corner and it came to Niang after Mignolet punched it clear. He found the back of it, and finally we had ourselves a second goal, but it was disallowed for a free kick, and I don't know what it was given for. So, you know, finally we get ourselves a second goal in that game after so many shots, after so many attempts, and it gets disallowed for a free kick for reasons I'm not even sure of. Still, the game did finish Arsenal 1, Liverpool 0, so delighted to get the win. It was a real weird game, you know, like seriously, we had so many chances, so many opportunities. I cannot believe we only won it by a goal to nil. Like, it's more to do with my poor finishing, but Mignolet was just a monster in that game. But regardless, the most important thing was the 3 points, so I'm delighted to get that. Still, we also promoted our only academy player called Scott McLeod. This guy looks really good. 70 overall, 16 years old, 3-star skills, 2-star weak foot, can play CM, CDM and CAM, 6 foot, exactly what you like to see in that sort of player info for a central midfielder, and he's got the potential to be special as well. So if we were to continue this career mode, I'm pretty sure McLeod will be one of those players that stays for the long part. He looks fantastic, and I'm pretty sure his long shot rating is something like 85. You would have seen it there anyway. It's something like 85 as a 16-year-old. This guy has the potential to be better than FIFA 12's Giovanni. Anyone remember him on Ultimate Team? God, he was one of my favourite players ever. Still, unbelievable player, and it's a shame that he probably won't play for us during the series, but yeah, he looks absolutely awesome. And again, it is a shame. This is probably going to be our last season in career mode, because to develop that guy for the long-term future would be awesome. But still, we take on West Bromwich Albion for the second and final game of today's episode in the Capital One Cup semi-final second leg here. Now, the first game finished goalless at the Emirates Stadium, so coming into this one, we wanted to grab ourselves a goal early on, and we did. 3 minutes in, we scored against Liverpool. 9 minutes in, we score against West Bromwich Albion. Savanier floats in a free kick. What a season this guy's having. He picks up the assist here as Rodrigo Lazari runs onto it, flicks it past Joe Hart, and makes it West Bromwich Albion 0, Arsenal 1. So all Lazari had to do there was just use the momentum of the ball, flick it on, no power or anything, just flick the ball on past the oncoming Joe Hart and make it 1-0, and he did. So West Brom 0, Arsenal 1, and we do take the lead in this game. And in the 22nd minute here, West Brom come forward again. Jordan Henderson shot just off target though, and behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0 in this game, and another great chance here just a few minutes later as Theo Walcott finds Ricardo Rodriguez. The Swiss left back goes down the left hand side and takes it round Callum Chambers with a couple of skill moves, picks out Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll takes it around Mario Williams, holds the ball out, picks out Di Maria on the edge of the area, and again, just like Henderson's shot, is just wide of Chris Ince's left post and put behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0, but despite being in the lead in this game, West Brom were relentless in their pressure, and as Pedro crosses this ball in here and finds Andy Carroll, his shot ends up rippling the side of the net and goes behind for a goal kick. So it's still 1-0 in this game, but 4 minutes before half time, Aaron Ramsey's on the ball, picks out Yang down the left hand side, takes it around Zambrano with a quick little Ronaldo chop, gets himself inside and gets taken down as well, and the referee gives a penalty. It was Sane who ended up bringing him down, and a great chance for us to make it 2-0 from the spot just 2 minutes before the half-time break. So he cuts past Zambrano with the Ronaldo chop, and Sane just lunges in there. Niang gets taken down. I actually thought it was Zambrano who took him down, but the referee said it was Sane. Doesn't matter though, it is a definite penalty, and a great chance for us to make it 2-0 from the spot. So it is going to be Niang against one of his former clubs. Can he make it West Brom 0, Arsenal 2 here? It's Niang against Joe Hart. Is he going to score? Yes, he is, because he nutmegs Joe Hart from the penalty. And, you know, whenever I take penalties, I usually smash them towards the top corner, but this time I thought I'd try something different. Go towards the bottom corner, but I didn't really get enough sort of, I guess, direction on it towards the bottom corner. It was sort of more central, but it still worked out anyway. Joe Hart dived the right way, but he couldn't keep it out. It actually goes through his legs and into the back of his own net, and it's West Bromwich Albion 0, Arsenal 2. So Niang gets the goal, and now we're 2 goals up in this game. Despite West Brom having the better first half, I thought in terms of chances, we were 2 goals up. And in the second half, 7 minutes after the restart, Pedro had to clear a header off the line there after the first header was well saved by Joe Hart and cleared by West Brom. So still 2-0. And in the 63rd minute, West Brom certainly weren't out at a tie, but they really did need to start scoring goals. As Pedro picks the ball up here inside the area, he picks out Andy Carroll. Carroll's shot is well saved by Chris Ince, and Luke Garber gets the ball away. So we are still leading by 2-0 in this game. And time was running out for West Bromwich Albion. They were trying, but they just couldn't hit the target. And when they did, Chris Ince was equal to it. He sees Jordan Henderson cross the ball in. Berahino flicks it down towards Carroll, and Carroll's shot is well saved by Chris Ince. So Ince in for Carboni, doing pretty well in this game. It was still 2-0. And one of the final chances fell here, and it came to us to wrap the game up. Danny Welbeck off the bench, holds it up and finds Rodrigo Lazari, who scored our first goal. He sprints down the left-hand side. He's got all the pace on Carl Jenkinson. He's never going to catch up, but he does. But he still takes it past him for a second time and shoots. But Joe Hart makes the save. But it was how the game would finish. West Brom 0, Arsenal 2. So a 2-0 aggregate scoreline. We are through to the Capital One Cup final. Absolutely delighted about that. And again, it's not the competition we're desperate to win this season in our final or possible final season of career mode, but it's still one that we'd like to win anyway and try and retain our trophy. But that is going to end the episode, guys. So as always, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of career mode, then please do leave a like, as it's much appreciated and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of career mode very soon.